Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right. All right. All right. It might be too bright. All right. Yeah, that's better. That's better. All right, party people. I know people are scrambling all over the place. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. I normally don't, well, I haven't done anything on Mondays for a minute, so we'll see who can pop up on in here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I had some time and I figured I'd hop online and chop it up with the people. I haven't done a Monday one, so it might just be me and you. If it is, hey, we'll roll with it. I'll answer whatever questions you got and all that good stuff and everything. Oh, there's the wife. She done popped up in here and everything. So well, I don't use Notary Gadget. I use Notary Assist, but my affidavit stuff I keep track of in in my integrity journal. In my journal, I use the integrity journal, and that allows you, hey, what's going on, Shannon, Monica? That allows you to, denote all of that. What city are you in? State, city, and state you're in, because I don't know where you have to like definitively like say I did 15 jurats. I mean, because it's how many notarial acts did you do, whether it was a jurat or affid, and all of that. But you can, I mean, I just used an integrity journal. I don't know if it's going to show with all these bright lights, but I don't know. But as you can see over here, you can denote all the different acts that you've done, whether it's a jurat and all of that, different affidavits, borrower's affidavit, financial affidavit, marital status affidavit, mortgagor's affidavit, occupancy affidavit, occupancy and financial affidavit. So you got all kinds of them. If you know you did 176, you can make a note and add it to your journal that's what you did. Hopefully there should be a note section in Notary Gadget where you, and I know in Notary Assist it is, you can actually put up there that you did this number of actual jurat, so forth and so on. You should be able to add that in there and everything. So that's one way to do it. All right, Monica from California, good to see you here. We got Shannon from up there in New York. She's kicking it. Got Cynthia from Tennessee. Yeah, yeah. Y'all, this lady here, where is it? There it is. This lady here, she came all the way from Tennessee to take training this past weekend. That blew my mind. I mean, I had the lady from Ohio, then we had her from Tennessee, and I was thinking that she was like, yeah, we was in Tennessee and now we moved back here or something over just, I didn't realize I guess she came all the way from Buffalo, New York. Yeah. Hey, you need to connect with Shannon because I believe Shannon is in New York and Shannon can help you out with anything for New York stuff. So Shannon also has title company experience and all of that. So she can help you out. We got Terry from Michigan and 176 affidavits. Man, ooh, boy, that's a lot. That's a lot. But it can be that way, especially if it's a commercial loan or you're doing multiple closings. I had 2 closings a day for the same person. All I can say is this. That dude pulled out probably 1.7 mil in equity. People still doing stuff. All right. People are still doing stuff. 1.7 mil between 2 houses. That's why I say notaries, you got to stay in the game. You got to stay with it. Okay. Don't give up. Don't get distracted. Any of that. Terry from Michigan And then we got, okay, you've been listening to me for a couple of months. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and all that. YouTube be tripping if you don't hit the like button and everything. We got Eric up in here and everything. So yeah, Shannon, you and Sierra or Kara get together and everything. Gotcha. Okay. So just now, the reason why I hopped on, I flew from Nashville to Richmond, drove to Virginia Beach, was worth it. Look, we had a good time. I'm not gonna lie to you. We had a really, really, really good time. This Sunday. We did it Sunday morning, 8 something in the morning. That's how dedicated notaries are. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you know, with the notary success system, look, I'm not trying to be the big kid on campus. I'm not trying to take over the notary world where everything comes through me. I'm not trying to build an empire and all of that. And there are a lot of people who are doing that. They're trying to build an empire and try to quote unquote train notaries and use that as their way of being financially stable and not have to go out and do as much closings and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. My thing has always been this, and this is just how I am. And I know some people don't necessarily agree with it. Make sure what you're giving people is what they need and is of quality that's going to help them move forward in their notarial business. That's the thing. A lot of people are pushing and promoting. You need to learn how to do the business, run the business or to make money and how to secure clients and all of that before you actually know how to notarize documents. I don't subscribe to that because here's the thing. The moment you become a notary, you could get called on to do something for a client. And next thing you know, you're in the mix of it. And it's like, okay, what am I going to do? So you need to know how to do the job. Nobody starts a medical facility without first becoming a physician, a dentist, something. You know what I'm saying? You got to become something. You just don't do it just to be saying that I did it. And then it's like, okay, well, if all your nurses leave and all of that, who's going to do the nursing stuff? Well, I don't know how. I don't have a medical license. I don't have a nursing degree. I don't have nothing. So you need to know how to do the job first. Learning how to make the money from it, a lot of times is easy because once you share with somebody who you are and they give you the opportunity, you not knowing how to do what you're supposed to do in that opportunity is what can kill the business for you. So, and most people are just going to try to train you from the standpoint of how to make money, how to get set up, but they're not going to focus on helping you to know how to do what you're supposed to do when you're with that client. And that's what the notary success system is all about. Again, I don't fault them for doing that. I tell people all the time, people are going to train you and teach you out of their strength, out of what's comfortable for them, what they feel most empowered to do. And for me, I feel most empowered. Oh, I know what's wrong with my camera. Yep, I'm always getting. Hold on, I gotta adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Sorry about that. Y'all, I was doing a Ron closing earlier tonight and I had to adjust my camera for that. But yeah, so that's the thing, and it's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I'm doing my part, because what I want to see is that the training that I do, I want it to complement what everybody else is doing. I see what everybody else is focused on, but there's this area over here that no one is really focused on, but it's needed. So y'all teach that and do that part to the best of your ability. I'm going to do my part over here, because when the two meet, that means you can have a strong notary. That notary can be much more empowered, because it's a lot of notaries who have taken all these trainings that have encouraged them and showed them how to market their business and all of that. But a lot of them don't know how to do the business at the table of notarization. And that's what a lot of the signing companies complain about. So when you look at what the companies are complaining about, that's what needs to get fixed. So that's what the notary success system is all about. And this past weekend is what we worked on fixing for the 3 people that came. One person was from Virginia Beach, the other one was from Tennessee, and the third person was from Fairfax, Virginia. And we spent about 4 hours, a little more than 4 hours actually, going into those documents. And boy, we had ourselves a ball. They, I challenged them. My Virginia Beach lady, she was doing good. Now she sort of figured out, okay, well, this is what I need to do by watching the first two make mistakes. But then she made some mistakes and I was able to catch her on hers. But everybody learned and was able. And you heard about what from Bill Soroka? Oh, me? I hope so. Because that's my man there, Bill Soroka. He's on point. He helped me when I got started in the business. Bill Soroka is awesome. And everything that he's doing with the Notary Business Builder and all of that. So I tell you, we had a wonderful time. The notaries came in and we do a test in the beginning to see where you're at with notarizations. Do you understand them? And you're allowed to make mistakes. We give everybody a pencil so you can erase and all of that. And then we go into, actual conducting loan closings and stuff. And we'll focus on that. And by being specifically focused on one thing, that is what enables people to really learn and retain. It's nothing from I want to make money summer everywhere type of business model. Yeah, you can start a business or any kind of company and you're touching a little bit of some of everything and trying to pull money in all of these different areas. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to make sure that when you are educating people that they're getting the proper education for what they really came there for. If they're not, then what happens then is a person will get overwhelmed and over inundated with information that their brain really isn't clicked into because that's not what they want. That's how it works. Oh, okay. About the different, yeah, all these different trainings. And before I started the Notary Success System, I checked with him and Laura Brooke, because like I tell people all the time, because I don't want to duplicate effort or look like I'm trying to bite off of somebody else or cross over into somebody else's stuff. I don't want to look like I'm, trying to steal somebody else's, what they're doing. I believe I'm creative enough to come up with my own thing without trying to make it look like, oh, well, somebody started this. Well, I'm going to start it, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit so it's not, so you don't think it's theirs, but it really is theirs. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I don't like, because that person put time and effort into creating something for themselves. I feel that I should be able to do the same for myself. So that's why I was like, okay, they're doing this. She's doing that. Other people are doing this. What can I do? And I said, well, here's what I can do that no one else is doing. And it works. Now, is it on a large scale? No. 5 people at the most I'm training. I'm good with that. Could it expand? Maybe. Am I trying to put it in every city of America? No. But I'm gonna work with what I have and help those out who can get here. And if the time comes, I can make it out there. Okay, then I'll see. But right now, the whole thing is, if y'all watch my YouTube channel, a lot of what I teach on the YouTube channel is taught in my training, but more hands-on, face-to-face. So there's nothing that I'm saying on the YouTube channel that I'm not saying in, face-to-face with you. So it's not like, well, I'll do and it sounds like you're saying, well, don't come to the training. No, I'm not saying don't come to the training. But what I'm saying is don't think that, well, if I come to the training, you're going to say something in there that you didn't say over here. And a lot of the people who are doing training, they don't do any talking about notary stuff online. So I don't have a problem with sharing stuff online and putting stuff out. I got over a year's worth, about 500 videos talking about some of everything. So this weekend, we had a wonderful time. The 3 people, 2 ladies and 1 gentleman, they came out. They learned. The reason why we did do a video, because the wife, she had to get ready for her 1 o'clock class that she was teaching. So I needed to get out of the building. So and then they was tired too, flying and driving here. So I didn't feel like holding them up with trying to do, the interviews and everything. Plus I've got enough interviews out there that y'all understand what we're doing and the fact that people like what we're doing. So we had a really, really good time. Now, I also hopped on to find out, did anybody have any questions about what I do with the notary success system, or anything you need help with something within what you're doing as a notary. I'll be more than happy to spend a little time, answering any questions. Now this one says, I'm a new notary and now ready to take assignments, learning a lot from you. Thank you. The big thing is, well, just so you can understand when I talk about being ready. So today, when I started off, I was supposed to went to the dentist. I'm washing dishes this morning. They called and said, "Oh, you can't do the dentist is not going to be here today, so I'm gonna be going on the 14th. So going to the 14th. All right, cool, got it." Then I said, then I had another appointment that was coming here at the house. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be between 11 and 1. I'm gonna just chill for today. Next thing I know, order comes in for 2 o'clock. All right, I can do that. Find out, I get a phone call. The order, instead of being one closing, it's 2 closings. So yes, they paid me double for it and all of that. So I was like, all right, cool. Then, and this here's a note to y'all. Well, the first signing was actually like 251 pages that I had to print. And I was thinking that it was one of those, like, okay, here's like your copy and their copy in one. It wasn't. So I contacted the signing company and I asked them, about that. They said, yeah, that's how many pages. And I just asked them nicely, hey, is there any chance, that the people who need me to get this done can add in a print fee because of, the number of pages. But I also included that I'm not saying I'm not going to do the assignment if they don't pay a print fee. I'm still going to do the assignment. And then they gave me a print fee. They gave me an extra print fee. And I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, bet. Then I had a 4 o'clock appointment that popped up. I was like, all right, cool. I'll do that one. And that one, and out of the 4, and then I had a Ron closing. Out of the 4 closings that I had, or all 4 closings they was less than $90 each. Was less than $90 each. Now the one with the extra pages ended up being a little over 100 because of the number of pages. However, each one of them was under $90. But I took them. I was like, they there, I'm gonna take them. And then the Ron one, that one was just only basically 2 pages. One page needed to be signed and notarized. And that one was a little difficult because of the logistics of it, because the person was out of country. I had to use credible witnesses. I had to double check and verify how I could use them for online. I found out. And then next thing I know, I was able to get my answer, told the signing company, yep, I can support y'all with this. And I was able to get that done for them, and everything is all good to go. And I did my 4 signings today, where I started off with 0 and I ended up with 4. Things can happen that fast. You're minding your business. You're like, okay, I don't have nothing. Then all of a sudden, boom. And this is why I share with y'all, you got to always be ready to go. And with each signing, there was no talking about, hey, let me show the documents, this, that, and the other. The double signing, I'm sitting here with this guy that runs this huge corporation, $1 million corporation. And he looked at me, he like, I just need to sign. I was like, okay. And I went through all 251 pages and the other 148 pages of that second closing with him in less than an hour. Got there at 2. I was done by 2:45. And I was on my way to my next closing. And in between that, I was able to do a house inspection. So this is why it's getting important for you to really understand how to do those notarizations. Because if you're in a situation where they don't want you to say anything, not because they're disrespecting you, but because they're like, I just need to sign. I'm busy. This dude is he has a penthouse. Okay. That's how, I'm just rolling up in there and I'm like, okay. He got a penthouse where it's just him and his secretary for the whole penthouse. That's it. Matter of fact, that penthouse is so locked down. The only way you can get up there, security take you up there. And I was sitting there like, okay. I was like, bet, So, and thank you from Houston. Okay, yeah, my man PSOC from Texas. We got Darian Haygriff there, and a part of people I've been enjoying. Yeah, the class is fun. The class is fun. We have a great time, and everybody gets all their questions answered. That's why I have the low number, because I want everybody to be able to get their questions answered and everything. Yeah, I had to print, two total of 500 pages. I printed them bad boys. I printed them, and what else was I was going to do? I mean, once I found out that that's how many 251 pages, boom. I printed them. I asked them for a print fee. I told them, hey, I'm not saying that. And you have, in my opinion, you have to say this nowadays. If you ask for a print fee or an additional fee for travel or whatever, if you find out that it's unless there's some reason for you have to cancel, I'd make sure I let them know I'm not canceling. I'm not canceling. I'm just asking. If y'all say no, I'm still going to do the order. And what you have to understand is that sometimes the signing company doesn't know the number of pages. They just get the document uploaded. That's it. Here's the fee. And let's just say they're working with a company for the first time. That company may not understand and may not have been informed about the differences with page counts and stuff and all of that, the number of pages. They're just looking at like, this is how many needs to be. This is what needs to be in this packet. I'm like, all right, cool. So you have a printer question. All right. How do I stop printing out the back panel? Okay. Let me see if I can pull. Okay, I know how I can do that. Let me pull something up. I don't know if this here will help you with your situation, but if you have Adobe DC, the full version, and let's see here. Let me go to let me pull up my training docs. I need to turn that fan off because it's drying my throat out. All right, so let me go to my training docs, and I'll pull up this loan mod, this redacted loan mod. Okay, so let me swap over to here. And let me know if I'm going in the right direction for you there, Kara. All right, so if you're saying that, let's just say you have this here is your document, and when you want to, and you're saying you don't want to print the last page. Okay, there's a couple of ways. So I got 12 pages here. So when I click on the print button up here, you can click on pages, and then let's say I don't want the last page to print. So let me go back to that for a second. So the last page is this, okay? So if I don't want that anymore, then I can just click pages 1 through 11, and then that page is gone. Now this is another page. It looks the same. All right. So to show you, okay, let me go back and let's do it this way. All right, so you can really see. All right, there we go. So now you see the page is different. It's a different last page because that page is gone. You could also do this over here where it says organize pages. You click on organize pages, and then you can click on that, and you can delete that and just say, yeah, I don't want that on there. I don't want that on there. And then you go and print. Now, tell people this: when you're in organized pages, always come out of it before you print, because if you don't, it'll just print that one single page that you was last on. And then from here, you print. And as you see, I got 11 pages. It says 11 up there. So you can do that. That's one way I keep from printing. Now, you say, how do I stop the printer from printing out the back panel? I'm hoping that's what you're asking. meaning the back panel page or the last page of the document. I'm not sure. So clarify that for me if you, if I'm mistaken on what you're saying when you say back panel, okay? Or out the back, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is there some kind of additional tray or something you're talking about from the printer? Is that what you're talking about? If you're talking about printing out of some kind of panel or something that's in the back of the printer, I would need to know the type of printer you have so I can run that down. It would be hard for me to say how to stop doing that if I don't know what type of printer you're talking about. Yes, I'm asking about how to be prepped out here in California. Yeah, being prepared, it's just basically having a good profile. That's why I have the video. Your profile will separate you from them. If you're a YouTube channel member for my channel, there's a darn near 2-hour video that me and the members was talking about profiles, and we was breaking that sucker down on what you can put in your profile and all of that. That can also communicate and help you to help them understand that you know what you're doing, and that you're not just trying to market to them. And you said you did your first purchase closing today. Excellent. I like purchase closings. Yeah, I like purchase and sellers because a lot of times those pages aren't that much. I just ordered a copy of the loan source because I've gotten familiar with only, the reverse mortgage. The loan doc. See, the difference is they don't tell you a lot of stuff. You see the documents, but they don't. And I know you're out there in California, so it's hard for you. I know you're not gonna fly all the way from California over here, but yeah. So if you look at my videos, the loan doc videos, they'll help you to understand. Because if you understand the notarization side, everything else will fall in line. If you're trying to understand the contents of the documents above the signature lines, that's when you can start getting confused. Because again, you walk into a closing like I did today, and I did not want to sit here and try to present each and every 251 pages to this guy like, hey, this page is this, here's this page, that page is that, this is what this is. He didn't want to hear none of that. So if you come across that, what else is there for you to do except what? Notarize the documents. That's what we're here for. That's what we're supposed to do. Hey, I like that. Notarize the documents. All of that. So that's what we're supposed to do. What? Notarize the documents. That's what we're supposed to do, people. Glam gal. Right. And then you got to keep in mind, depending on what state you're in, there's state laws that says you can only say so much. New York and North Carolina, they can only say the title. They can do anything beyond that. It's considered the unauthorized practice of law. Love it when investors signs, they want to be in and out. That is correct. The investors just want to get in, out. That's all they care about. So this is why I'm saying, and I get what they're talking about, but now the notary world is changing. And the reason why it's changing is because the economy is changing. So the economy is changing from this, okay, let me sit down and coddle you and have some honey for your tea and crumpets, and let me just pamper you up and give you the aromatherapy treatment while you're signing. It's now, okay, I'm busy. I got stuff to do. You sitting up there with a millionaire who's somebody who's pulling out over $1 million worth of equity out of it. They ain't got time to be sitting here with you over the document. They like, look, I need to sign. I've already talked to my people. I've already read. Let's rock and roll. Let's get done. So for me to come in there and get it done in 45 minutes, for him to see 251, what is that? Hold on. Hold on. For him to see 399 pages, and we knocked that bad boy out in 45 minutes. And probably could have did it less, but he had to go get his bank account information. So I could have probably got him done in maybe 30 minutes. Honestly, to be honest, the way we was flowing, I could have got him done in about 30 minutes, and all of that. Already updated profile pitch. Again, as I always say, the profile picture, you need to have it looking good. One of the things that is a huge problem. Okay, I gotta look at that later. Trying to remember different videos I would like to look at. So, signing agent. So the NNA has a site, y'all. Everybody should know, called signingagent.com. The actual, okay, the actual printer backtrack. Okay, I need to know what type of printer you got so I can figure that part out. And so, all right. So real quick, like what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pull up people. I'm just pulling up people in my zip code. Don't know how this is going to come out. Um, so one of the issues here, no picture. Don't need to see your notary certification, your commission. No picture, no picture. Companies will leave you alone if they don't see a picture. No picture, no picture, no picture, no picture, no picture. This is one of the reasons why some notaries don't get selected. No picture, no picture, no picture. You talking about averaging 1, 2, 3, 4. You talking about averaging 3 persons per thing that don't have pictures. You see what I'm saying? That don't have pictures up there. You want pictures up there. Oh, and there's me. You want pictures, and down here at yonder bottom, there's a thing on the internet, additional information. You want to put information down here. A lot of people don't put anything in that additional information. They don't put nothing down here, so they don't know. And unfortunately, it has a poorly formatted way. So you really got to put it more like a paragraph, like you're typing a letter. But they don't have that. Most people have the hours, all of that, insurance. They got their counties and everything. And I don't know the internet. I keep telling them they need to update my thing, and I don't uploaded my certificate that my commission is not expired, and they got it up there expired, which upset me. But you need to have your picture up there. Okay, you must have your picture. A lot of people don't have pictures. Says if you have good relationship with your signing company, they will make the fee increase happen for you. Yeah, with the yeah, they will. They will. They will do that. Kara, you can look at the manual that came with the printer. That is true. You got the brother 2,500. Okay, let me 2,500 or 5,200. If you're talking about I'm sorry, other 2,500. That sounds like an old printer. The only thing I seen the brother 2,500 is this sewing machine. So DCPA, unless it's this all in one. Okay, so if you have this, if this is what you have, then I would have to figure out, do you have 2 trays to it? Because I don't know if this down here at the bottom, underneath the word brother, where that little handle is a second tray. I know that's a tray. Yeah, we got to figure that out. We got to figure that one out for you. If it's a 5,200, yeah. Yeah. And then it says, Yolanda, how many signatures were there? If you're saying for me, for what I did today, signatures, shoot, I don't know. Honestly, it wasn't that many signatures in the grand scheme of thing for the 251 pages. Maybe probably more than 10 notarizations, because there was a lot of like little single page things that needed to be notarized, a lot of affidavits. Again, I use the integrity journal. With the integrity journal, that where is it? Where's my man's stuff at? Yeah, I haven't had any, and I'm gonna drop his thing in. Let me drop his thing in there real quick. Hold on one second. Let me get him up on Amazon. Oh man. Ah, there it is. Yeah, because I use that, and in there you can actually um you know identify what you was where is it? Oh, here it is. All right. So let me type this in here for y'all. Yeah, y'all can take a look at that. There's a link to it on excuse me, on Amazon. He has a website, Integrity Journal. It's huge. It's nice. I haven't had any. Oh, I didn't even show y'all the daggone thing. I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah, this is what yeah, this is the journal that I use. I don't know if he has any pictures on the inside. He doesn't. And I know he has a YouTube video, but I don't want to play the YouTube video and get a copyright strike and all of that. But I haven't had any problems with the Integrity Journal. I like it. I will say that since I've been using it, people start asking like, "What's this book for? Why we got to sign in here?" And I think because they're used to the normal um, log looking one with the little thin lines and stuff. But I like this because it gives you a bigger area to actually write down things that's going on. So what I can do, hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me stop my sharing. I will let me see if I can do this. Journaling shouldn't. All right. So let me get to a point and I'm gonna just show. All right, hold on. There, going. Come on. There we go. All right, let me show y'all this. This is where I like the integrity journal. All right, so not playing any sound, just showing a still picture of it. So as you can see, clearly you can put the person's name, the signer, the date and time, the signer, the type of ID verified. Then you can express willingness, and competence. You can tell what type of notarization it is. Then down here is where you can put in all your different notarial things. You can say, okay, you can check that and say it was a borrower's affidavit. It was either an acknowledgement or jurat, and how many people signed it. Signers 1, 2, and 3, so forth and so on. And then if there's areas of the documents in there that you may not be familiar with, you can note them over here. Copy, certified, oath. I forgot what the SW stand for. I have to look that up and everything. So you can do all of that in here. You have the ability to do that in here and denote those different aspects. So as you can see, how you can how you can, check this, that, boom, 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 boom. That's what I like about the Integrity Journal. And it's real simple to use. It's real simple to use. Okay, you got the HLL 2305. Haven't heard of that one. Let's see. And then you have the second page. Let me get the person's arm out the way. There we go. And then you can put information up here. I love this note section. Excuse me. I love the note section. Where is my water? I don't never have any water over here. I love this note section. I use it all the time whenever I'm having any kind of difficulties or something that I just want to make sure I remind myself. Let's say you double stamp your notarial, a notary acknowledgement. From what I learned from the NNA, lining through initially doesn't invalidate it, but you can put in your notary law that such and such document has 2 notary stamps. You can denote that, and they encourage that. That's what you can do, and you can put a note in here to say that and everything. So that's the integrity journal. The link is in the thing there. What's going on here? So yeah, we might have to. I'll look into that one, Kara, to see what I can figure out, and it still may have to get on the phone with you to figure out what the overall issue is. Come on. The overall issue, HLL 305. I have not heard of this one before. Okay. I'm looking, trying to find this printer. You said 2305, might be 2350, maybe. Is it any one of these things like this? Because it sounds like you're going to have to upgrade your printer, baby girl. 2300, 2300. H down. Okay, here it is. Yeah. That one you're going to have to upgrade. You're going to have to find a way to upgrade that. All right, this is a signing for tomorrow. I'm going to say yes to it because it's to be determined. As I've always shared with y'all, whenever an order comes through that is to be determined, say yes to it. Say yes to it. Just like now, order just came through for tomorrow, to be determined. I got to double check my calendar real quick. And actually, shoot, I don't have anything tomorrow. So I'm glad I did hit the button and say yes to it. So I got to sign it for tomorrow. Didn't have anything at all and stuff. So yeah, maybe we can get on, hit me up, and we could probably talk and try to work you through what's going on. If I can't, maybe Q can, but more like I probably should be able to help you out with that, Kara Wilson and stuff. So, okay, let me go back and look at anything I missed here. My lady Natalie Gamma, she's up in here. So did I answer your question, Miss Yolanda Jones? Let me know if I answered your question. If I answered your question about the signatures and all of that. I never really count the signatures, never have really, I know that there's a lot. It was just him signing. So was it maybe 50 signatures, I guess. Could have been more. But I'm just trying to get through it. He wanted to hurry up and get it done. So I was like, all right, let's make it happen. I really like the Integrity Journal. It has all the notarial acts listed. If you cannot put it in the additional notes. Yeah, it's a really, really good one. So far, you know, I know a lot of people are interested in like, okay, what's going on with the notary success system? It has really been helping people out. My next move now is I'm gonna be doing some follow up with people, um, working with them to make sure that their profile is straight. I'm gonna have to do a group Zoom meeting with them and do you know, so I can make sure they understand how to get their profile together and then get them to communicate out to people. And like I was saying earlier, before I allowed myself to get all distracted, this is a good time because with the economy changing, they're starting to bring back the interest only loans. Now, do I like the interest only loans? I mean, I had one when I first bought my house. There are a lot of people that don't like them, but oh, your son dropped your printer. Okay, that's what she said. She said, my son dropped my printer. Okay. So, and if anybody is in Northern Virginia that's on here, there's a lady who contacted me. I'm waiting to hear back from her. She says she has a HLL 5200, or older model brother printer that she's trying to sell for $100, and it has 2 trays. So if you are in the market for at least a good baseline printer to start off with, the HLL 52 would be good at $100. That's good. So I may end up buying it from her if nobody else is interested, because I'm sure I can find a notary in this area that could use it and all of that. So she says it's only 2 years old. So 2 years old is not that, depending on how many closings she's been doing, it's not that it's not worn out and anything. It is is it necessary to have the loan source book? Because I ask because I know each set of documents are different and requires us to notarize differently. Um, the loan source book it depends on how you look at it. Most people look at the loan source book not to understand the notarizations, but to understand the document itself. What is this VA form? What is that form? What is this form? What is the tax form? And they spend their time reading the actual document examples that they have in there. Again, as long as you understand how to notarize, and that's where my video that I have up there called A Brief Overview of Understanding Acknowledgments, and I'm gonna pull that up real quick. That video will help you to understand, oh, there are different formats to the notarizations. There's different formats. So with all of those different formats, okay, I need to understand those. So you can, and that's really what you're concerned about, because understanding the information about that document above the signer's signature line does not empower you for below the signature line. Okay, it does not. Let's see. Where are you? All right. There we go. So I got too much stuff going on. Come on, bring up the rest. There we go. So this is the video. Let me, and thank y'all for the likes. 426 likes. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. Check that video out. And I go over and give people, like I said, an overview of the acknowledgments. Showing people the different types of acknowledgments and everything, so you can basically be a little bit more aware and comfortable with them. Because again, nothing above this signature line for the signer, for the most part, is not going to help you to understand what happens down here. So you can read the document above and learn and know what it means. but how does that help you with following your state guidelines on notarial law for as what needs to be in the notarial acknowledgement? How does that help you? If it does, then somebody tell me. Now, somebody can say, well, it just lets you know that this person is signing that. Well, you already know who's signing from the get-go. Okay. And you look at the signature line and it doesn't have the person's name on there, well, it's not them. If you see that it talks about the lender or some other person, well, that tells you it's not. So you can glance and read, okay, well, this is the undersigned borrower. Oh, that's the borrower. Who's in front of me? The borrower. So the borrower's in front of me. That's who I'm dealing with. So guess what? That's who signs this document. Okay. But I still need to make sure I notarize it correctly. You get what I'm saying? Will she ship the thing? I do not know. I got to find out. That's what I'm waiting to hear back from her. I got to find out when I hear back from her. So, and I have the loan source book, but you got to take time out to learn this. So that's why I say, look at this video and the other loan doc videos that I have out there, and it will help you to understand, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then you take the notary essentials for your state from the NNA, and that will also help you to understand how to properly notarize. So that means no matter what the document that comes to you, meaning, no matter what is in the document for here. Okay, so let's just take this here. Now, I know y'all can't see this clearly because it's on the video, but this here document is called liability for shortage acknowledgement. All right. So that tells you already this is an acknowledgement. This person is acknowledging something. Now, I'm gonna read the content, and I want y'all to think and tell me in the chat, how does you reading and understanding, if you even understand what it's saying up here, helps you to fill out the notarial acknowledgement that has nothing filled out in it. So it says here, we, John fake name, agree to hold harmless Earl Jones Lender Services and the lender in the event any shortages should occur in any payoff disbursements as to any of our debts, liens, judgments, taxes to be paid off from our loan of this date. And we further agree that upon notification of such shortages, we will within 5 days thereafter pay the shortage amount directly to Earl Jones Lender Services. We understand that failure to make such payment and furnish proof of the same as herein agreed and with the time herein stated is a violation of the loan closing conditions of this loan, and the lender may cancel the same and recall all funds already dispersed. Now, my question is this. If you read that, how does that educate you and what you need to do below his signature line? So you read this, you may or may not understand it. If you understand it, what I just read, type a 1 in there. Based off of what I just read, if you understood what was that, type a 1. If you didn't, type a 2. Okay, because I want to get an idea. Did you understand this? Okay, did you really understand what was just read? So you read that, and let's say you understand it. Now you get to the notarial part, and the question is, what do you do with this? Did that help you to know what to do down yonder? That's the big question. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Let me see something here. Let me do this real quick. And y'all know I love teaching. I love teaching. I don't love being braggadocious. I love teaching. Okay. I love teaching. I love, helping people to understand stuff that they did not know before. So let me see if I can find this, because that's a part of one of my training things. And I gotta find that. Where is it? So I guess everybody's neutral. I'm asking. Right. They're going to always refer, Monica. They're going to always the representative from the NNA are going to refer that book. They're going to say, you need to read this book. You need to have this book so you can be familiar with the documents. Okay, what am I becoming familiar with? That's the question. That is the question. What am I actually becoming familiar with regards to this document? So by reading it, what do I now learn that helps me in my job and my responsibility as a notary? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. I bought it not so much I could learn, because I wanted to see what the big deal was. Everybody was bragging about it. Hey, and I looked at it, I was like, I get it, but it doesn't help me with, in my opinion, with the notarizations, because there's no explanation with regards to a lot of the notarizations in there. There's no examples of what it looks like, being completed or anything. So I'm like, okay, I got it. I see it. Now, if I wanted to read and learn, cool. But here's the problem. I read and learn that, but guess what? When things change and the documents change, boom. So let's bring this document back up here. I went and found that this is a part of my training also. So as y'all see, so here it is. This here is the verbiage that is on here for, hold on. And just to help some people out. I'm gonna take that down just a little bit so y'all can, hopefully y'all can see it better. All right. So I made it a little bit lighter so y'all can see. So again, looking at this document, reading all of the information that's up here, how does that help me fill out this part down here? In my opinion, it doesn't. Now, does it make me look like I know what I'm doing? Okay, yeah, it can make it look like I know what I'm doing. But if I don't know how to fill out the notarial area, then they're going to know I don't know what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? What's going on, Bruce? What's going on? So the question is, did what you read up here help you with what your responsibility is down here? If it did, cool. If it didn't, then the question is this this was probably from a refinance document, but see, here's the thing. I mean, yeah, it's probably for a refinance document, could be for sellers, could be for buyers, but it doesn't matter whether or not what document it's for. Okay, it doesn't really matter whether it's for purchase, sell, refinance. You can see this in a reverse mortgage. The question is, when you come across this document, do you know what to do with it? If you don't know what to do with it, irregardless of what loan packet it's a part of, here's the question. Here's the thing. You could, let's just say somebody forgot to include this in a loan packet. They was rushing and they forgot to include it. And somebody contacts you and say, hey, we'll pay you $25 to get this one document signed and notarized. Does it matter whether it was part of a refinance or what? No, it doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not you know what the heck you're going to do with that when it comes. What, so you filled it out. I mean, y'all should know what to do here. Y'all should know what goes where. I would ask somebody to hop on, but is anybody willing to hop on and talk us through what needs to go in what? Correct. And you said it doesn't matter, as long as you understand the gist of the document. And again, I still say, if you're in North Carolina or New York or some other state that says, as a notary, you are not allowed to say anything about the document outside of. Okay, I'm gonna put the link to hop on here, TMJ. Have your camera on. Please have your camera on, because you got these little creepy people out here that be trying to pop up here and throw some some stuff up on screen that don't need to be up there and everything. So yeah, so click on that and everything, and you can hop up here. But yeah, what you're saying, Bruce, is true if you understand the gist of the document. But again, it also depends on your state. If your state says you cannot go beyond this certain point of the document, or if you're an attorney state where there's going to be somebody who's going to explain it, again, that's where the bottom line is like, I'm trying to learn something that I'm not even going to be able to explain or expound on or anything. So if I'm in an attorney state and the attorney is going to be there, then you see what I'm saying? So you gotta operate within the confines and guidelines of what your state wants first. Look, I've said it all the time. No notary trainer, and I consider myself the new kid on the block with that title. The new notary, the notary trainers aren't paying you to do a single solid closing. We aren't paying you to do anything. You're paying us to help educate you and empower you and to keep your confidence at the right level so you can go out and do the closings. That's what we're about. So who's paying you and who commissioned you is the most important element, actually, who commissioned you and who's paying you. So if the company if you've been commissioned by such and such state, what do they say? If you're being paid by such and such company, what is it that they expect you to do? They expect you to get this thing knocked out. And I know it's like I'm sort of talking around and around in circles, but y'all know that there are a lot of people out here who do not get it with regards to this. They're so focused on boom, this. So it's an acknowledgement, date, notary's name, client name, commission expiration, boom, 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 bam. That's it. Before me, and it tells you who it is. Before me, the undersigned officer. The undersigned officer right here. That tells you. So you can't sit here and say, I mean, think about it. This is what most notaries do. On such and such date, before me, and they put the person's name, they'll say, before me, John fake name, personally appeared, and then they put their name. They flip it. Or some people will say, on this date, before me, Notary Public, they won't put their actual name in there, just put Notary Public, or they might put their name in there, personally appeared, and they'll put their name in there again. And then they're signing it, their name. That's 1,000% wrong. And I've got videos out here talking about this. But here's the thing. When you're nervous, when you're jittery, when you're not confident in what you're supposed to do with this, you just start pulling stuff all out the behind. You just, here we go. I got this. Hey, here we go. I got this little thing here. I don't know what this does, but maybe this will notarize it. You know, I got this thing here. Maybe that'll notarize it. You know, oh, I got some toothpicks. Maybe that'll notarize it. You know, I got some Advil. You know what I'm saying? People start pulling out all kinds of stuff when you don't know and have confidence. But you marketed yourself into a great opportunity to be with a home builder to do 7 or 8 closings a week at $200 a pop. And you get there for your first closing with them, and they show you a notarial acknowledgement, and you don't know what the heck to do with it. And you just jack it all up. You might as well just go on and put your print on Craigslist, because these companies talk to each other. And you're sitting here like, what happened? And they're not going to tell you a lot of time. They're not going to tell you. They're just going like, you know what, let's move on. No, we decided to go in a different direction. And you feel back like, and when you hear that, you think, oh, wait a minute. I'm back at my W-2. We decided to go in a different direction. Whoa, what direction is that? I mean, y'all still closing. Yes. You're just not in the direction that we want to go. You're here We're over here now. Okay. We're with somebody else. So you don't want that. That's what you don't want. You don't want that happening to you. You get what I'm saying? You don't want that happening to you. Heck, I'll just show y'all this one right here. And these names are all made up and stuff, file names and all of that kind of stuff that I made up. But again, how do you handle this if this is not your state? We do some training here tonight. Talk it up with the party people. We'll do a little bit of training here tonight. What do you do for this here? Okay. Let's just say you're in Raleigh, North Carolina. What do you do? How do you fill this out? That's the question. How do you fill this out when it's not your state? You're not in McCobb County in Michigan. You're in Raleigh, North Carolina. You're in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You're in Houston, Texas. How the heck do you do this here when you see this? Irregardless of what the loan document is, whether it's a buyer, purchase, seller, refinance, loan amount, whatever, you see this and it is not in your state. What the heck do you do? You're right. I know I have a video on all of this, but there's some new people here. And here's the thing, Bruce. There are a lot of people who won't go back and look at those videos. They won't look at them. They come in at this point of the stage of my time on YouTube and they're like, okay. And I'm like, why don't you go back and look at the video? And a lot of people won't go back and do that. They won't go back and do it. I got playlist, Notary Basic playlist. You look at that playlist, bam. This information is out there. But because people just want to be told what to do, and they think that one thing that they're being told, they can implement that in every aspect of a notarial assignment, they won't go back and look at the videos and see all of these different things. So that's why I figured, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I figured I'd throw it out there since I'm here. I think the book has a purpose, depending on how you look at it. Familiar with the types of docs that can come in a particular loan package. Most of the actual docs are out of date. Yeah, I would say use it like an old encyclopedia. Yeah, you can. So you have to, you're not going to see this notarial, this type in there. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see that in everything. Thanks for joining. TMJ family, you're going to see some great videos in there in the members section. It's every video that I've ever done for the members is in there. Community posts, everything. So you're going to see a lot of content in there that I put up and stuff. Yeah. And watching those two, I'm telling you, they helped me out tremendously until I understood that I really do need to read my notary handbook and get more into notary law. And that's what I've done. Bam. That's what I'm talking about, Bruce. Yeah. See, when people get confused at the end of the day, you don't know what to do with this. You can add it in. Now, here's the thing. This part right here, you have to, where is he? There. You got to add this part here, the part that's in bold. You have to add that to your notarial acknowledgement. So when you do your notarial acknowledgement, you have to add the name in there just as this, because that's what's on the signature line. That's what they want. So you have to add that in there. Okay. You just can't put up there Jack Chris Reacher. Yeah, I looked at the series Jack or Reacher, the new one with the big dude. It was pretty good. It was pretty good down there in Georgia. They had a pretty good storyline. Reacher, the new one, not the one with Tom Cruise in. I never really felt Tom Cruise, but the new one with the big dude in it. That one was pretty good. That was pretty good. That's why I picked that name up and everything. When I was doing this, I was like, what name can I put? Oh, Jack Reacher, and I just made up Chris and everything. But you would have to put that part in there, that's bold part, because that's the name of the person who, the way they have it for them signing. Okay. That's what you need to do, and then you can add in your own notarial acknowledgement to take care of all of that. Or you could just line out the information that's not applicable, meaning Michigan, McCobb County, initial, line through, put the correct one. Then down here where it says Michigan down here at the bottom, you will line through that, initial, put your state. Over on the county side, you will put what? The county that you're in. And for them, they have this acting in, you'll put the same county. It may be that they want you to put your actual county, but I don't know for Michigan. So so you could put, let's say if it's in Norfolk, but I'm actually from Virginia Beach, I could put Virginia Beach. Um, that could be, or that, and see, I don't know because I'll have to do some research. Notary Public for what county? Well, I'm actually out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I'm acting in Norfolk, Virginia. So it could mean that. It could mean that. That's what I'm sort of leaning toward, but don't know. I honestly don't know. And like you said, yeah, keep it simple. I'm a new notary and for sure don't know all the documents, but I do know how to notarize and what. Then you're gonna be fine. Right. Put a line through the incorrect info and initial. But notaries get hung up on that. They get hung up on that. And part of the reason why is because there are people out there that tell notaries, don't do that. Don't line through an initial. So they're like, okay, then what do I do? What am I going to do? Correct. So, and see, in Virginia, we don't have that term acting in, meaning that, I'm in this other place. So we don't have that. We don't have that in Virginia. But using the common sense factor, like, okay, Notary Public, okay, well, I'm out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I'm actually doing this in such and such county. And that's what I was leaning toward. And that's pretty much how I do it. However, if you get confused, you're unsure, you just add in your own certificate. You can get them from the NNA, especially, and they're free if you're a hotline member with them, and you can download the NNA certificates all day and every day if for free if you are a hotline member. That's the one where you can call them for help and all of that. $200. Think about it. $200 for 4 years of NNA hotline membership versus paying somebody $200 a month and they only going to talk to you for about barely 30 minutes a month. But you can talk to the NNA almost anytime you want, long, during their working hours. I'm not paying somebody $200 to talk to them for just 30 minutes. Nah, not doing it. All right, let's see what we got up in here. Okay, cool. Let me know they got that and everything. And let me see here. I got to do this one. All right, hold on one second, y'all. I need to do one quick thing here. One quick thing. All right, so the one thing I got to do while I'm got y'all on here is double check my schedule for tomorrow. Make sure, because I got to call these people to confirm and make sure that I'm not double booked somewhere, because that can happen easily. That can easily happen if I'm not paying attention. So my next closing, so this 13, tomorrow's the 12th. So I'm gonna call these people while I got y'all here and coordinate something with them real quick. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, all right. Let me call them real quick and set this up. And y'all can hear how I normally call and talk to them to get things coordinated. How you doing, ma'am? This here is Mr. Griffin from Griffin Notary Services. I am the notary assigned to meet with you and the Mister tomorrow for a purchase that y'all are doing. All right, great. So they didn't give me a specific time, so I wanted to find out from y'all what time was available as most convenient for y'all, morning, afternoon, or evening. Okay, and what time in the evening for tomorrow? Not a problem. 4 o'clock is fine. I can knock it out 4 o'clock. We'll get with y'all, make sure y'all taken care of at 4 o'clock. That's not a problem whatsoever. What we also need for you to do is just have at least two forms of ID, driver's license that's unexpired, and preferably like a utility bill, health insurance card, or social security card, something like that. And we should be good to go. Military ID, they don't really like us using from the standpoint they would like us to take a picture of the ID to send back. And they don't want pictures taken of the ID, the military ID. So if you're right, okay, great. And they got me coming to the Shoreside Road address. Oh, y'all leaving. Okay. Okay, so y'all leaving. Okay. Um got you. So let me do this for y'all real quick. Let me all right, do y'all because I'm not familiar with that that area for is Panera's. Okay, you're down there. Okay, Greenbrier. Okay, yep. Okay. Greenbrier by the vitamin shop, right? Is that okay? So we can meet over there. Yeah, not a problem. So we'll meet over there at that Panera by the Greenbrier by the 4 o'clock by the vitamin shop. I know that one. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Thank y'all very much. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow at 4. All right, y'all have a great one. Thank you. Bye. That's simple, y'all. Is that simple. That's all you're doing. You're just coordinating, asking them, mention the IDs. And so in this case, they're buying a house. They didn't want to do it at the house because it's all packed up, which I've done it at the house being packed up standing. They suggested another place where they were saying I was thinking they was going to be on another side of the town, but they're not. So they're not that far from me. So basically, they're only less than 10 minutes away from me. You hear what I'm saying? They're only less than 10 minutes away from me. I don't know if y'all could hear them. Were y'all able to hear them? I don't know if y'all could hear them through the earpiece or not. But that's typically how I do it. When I call, how you doing? This is Mr. Griffin Notary Service. I think I said that. I didn't say their names because of us on here and all of that. But normally I would call and say, "Hey, this how you doing? This is Mr. Griffin Notary Service, looking for okay, just me. This is I'm looking, calling to speak to so and so and so and so." Um, I always let them know who I am. I never call saying, "Can I speak to Mr. Wilson?" I'm just using him since he's up here on the screen. Can I yeah, how you doing? This can I speak to Mr. Wilson? I always identify myself first. I let them know who I am. Granted, a lot of times they don't pay attention and they say, "Who are you? What you want? Huh? Huh?" Ain't gonna lie, especially the fellas. I call because they may have the wife name as the primary contact, and you call up there. Yes, I like to speak to Miss Monica Jackson. Who are you? And I don't know. They think I'm Uncle Tommy from nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Like, who are you calling? Nah, it's not that. But I actually, call. But that's why I start off. How you doing? I'm Mr. Griffin from Griffin Notary Services. And I stop and let that sink in for a moment. And they're like, and a lot of times they're like, who? I'm the notary assigned to work to have you sign some mortgage paperwork. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what can I do for you? Yeah, I'm just calling to confirm the appointment for tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Dot dot dot. Or we don't have a time, so I want to find out what time is available to you. Dot dot dot. If I had other appointments, then I would say I'm booked at these times. Here's the times that I have available. Which one of these fit? Now, let's just say the time that they wanted doesn't fit. Then what I'm going to do is I may have to cancel it. I may have to pull myself off of it. I may have to pull myself off of it and say, okay, well, look, we're going to, unfortunately, I'm already booked at that time. So what I can do is I'll get back with the company that contacted me, and we'll assign this to another notary that has availability for you. That's what I say. And then I let the company know, say, hey, yeah, I'm booked at this time. And I let the company know I'm booked at these times. They're unable to do it at any earlier or later. So therefore, I wouldn't be able to accommodate them. And then they're like, okay, thank you for trying, Griff. And then next thing you know, you see the notification come out for someone else. And if it comes out through SnapDocs, yes, I respond to it again, saying that I'm not available only for the algorithm on SnapDocs. Because SnapDocs doesn't know why you canceled. They just know an order came to you, and guess what? You didn't respond. So when an order comes out that, especially on SnapDocs, I don't know about signing order, but on SnapDocs, I hit that button again saying, well, I'm not available now. First time I say yes, and then the next time the same order, I come out and say, no, I'm not. Because of the algorithm. It hems you up. So we had some fun tonight, y'all. Man, we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. I did not realize that. Having a lot of fun when you're teaching and helping people move forward in life. All right. My man Stan Wilson. Good to see you. And that's right. I gotta email some people tonight. Well, I'm about to get out of here. I gotta go get with the wife and everything. She's done with her stuff and pick her up. And then almost forgot the most important part. Let them know that it's confirmed for tomorrow. So Snoop, what is the lady's name? What's her name? Okay, got it. All right. So confirming the order. Let them know, and then the time, 4 p.m. And who I spoke to, Daggone it. I don't forgot the name that quick. What in the world? I'll be forgetting people's names quickly. All right, let me log in over here. I can see these people's names. All right. And okay, I had it right. Okay. All right. So all of that. Boom. So that's done. And then I'm adding it to my calendar. I add that immediately to my Google Calendar so that I'll have that on my calendar, knowing that I am booked for that time period. Because if you don't put it on your calendar, you'll mess around and you could double book yourself. You could double book. And y'all know I've talked about me being double booked. And that's primarily the reason why, is because I forgot to add it to the calendar. And then I go look at my calendar. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm free at that time. And next thing you know, I'm double booked. So now I got to work some magic and figure that thing out. And it's not a good it's not a good thing. So far I've always been able to work it out, but you don't want to be constantly double booked and all of that. But I just want to say thanks to everybody. Meant to say that in the beginning and forgot. But thanks all of y'all for hopping on, for all of your support. Thank you for hitting the like button. We have a thing called YouTube tell us to promote this thing called Super Thanks. So if you like the video, the content, you can hit that Super Thanks, donate a penny, I guess $1, whatever. But y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. You get a chance, go to my community tab and look at some of the posts that I did about the mortgage industry, and look at those people that I got listed in there. Follow them so you can understand what's going on, because when this mortgage industry switches up, there's going to be people that's going to be buying them, and if they flood this bad boy with those interest only loans, I'm telling you, it's going to be some opportunities out there for the refinance, the buying, the selling, all of that for the interest only. I'm not saying the interest only is good or bad. It all depends on how that person uses it. A lot of people talk negative about it. A lot of people say, hey, it is what it is, and they talk good about it. It can hurt a person if they don't understand how to use it properly, but that's not our concern. Our concern is getting those documents notarized, because we don't know that couple's situation, and they may need to do that interest only to bring their mortgage payment down in order to keep their home. So it is not our job to be interfering in those people's personal business. Unless we see that there's something nefarious going on, then we need to say something to whoever hired us that, hey, we think such and such is going on. But other than that, we in there, do what we got to do, roll out, make our money, everybody's happy. That's what it's all about. All right. Well, y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.